Welcome to part 1 of Consumable Resource Training.
We want to help you transform from the costly, antiquated human resources model to the forward-thinking, consumable resources paradigm. If humans are resources like wood and coal, they are also consumable.
A consumable resource approach to human capital management will position your organization for competitiveness in the coming years, in addition to a positive impact on your current bottom line.
With maximum asset utilization, or MAU, assets reach maximum productivity at less cost.
Assets find their true productive potential when they know they are disposable and replaceable.
Ramifications for poor performance will help get the extra hours assets need to give for project completion.
Personal improvement plans establish the needed paper trail when the time comes for right-sizing without having to pay costly severance.
Productivity went up, complaints went down. Disposability, fear, and the utilization of PIPs single-handedly got me promoted from supervisor to manager.
Disposable, replaceable, and fear.
When used with a PIP, will lead to the win-win solution we all want. Consumable resources. We don't do everything, but what we do, we do right. Welcome to part 2 of Consumable Resource Training.
Controlling asset compensation is the leader in expanding the bottom line for stakeholders.
Depreciation of an asset will help offset tax burdens. The one asset you cannot depreciate is human capital.
How do you offset the costly adverse effect of not being able to depreciate human assets?
One highly effective process is what we call top of pay grade.
Give negligible merit increases, and when they reach the top pay for that grade, give the asset a minimal lump sum cash payout instead of a % increase.
With top of pay grade, you keep the percentage paid on the same amount, and over time, it has the identical effect as depreciating the human asset.
The domino effect over a few years is better than depreciation.
We were always struggling with compensation until we implemented the top of pay grade strategy. Now, costly pay raises are minimized to manageable levels.
Remember, in today's limited market, we all want to keep our jobs. Job security is preferred to a pay raise.
PTO is the #1 drain on productivity and cash paid for services not rendered. PTO is a luxury assets can do without. Do you pay the maid or lawn care service if they take a day off? Having a vacation utilization strategy will help assets with productivity issues.
My assets have to give me their vacation plans 4 months in advance. I have a lot of planning to do, and I need to know I will not be shorthanded.
It's never too late to implement a use it or lose it plan for controlling PTO accumulation.
Skyrocketing healthcare has damaged the bottom line of most organizations. When insurance companies raise rates, it is best to keep this subsidy at its current level and deduct the rate increase as a percentage from asset compensation.
You're wondering how a minimalist retirement plan will keep wages low. It's a proven fact that companies with an MRP can pay less in wages. The appeal of a retirement plan will attract and retain candidates.
Paying substandard wages because you have a minimalist retirement plan is a windfall for the organization.
I have recruited top talent with our minimalist retirement plan. It keeps wages in check.
Consumable resources. We don't do everything,
But what we do?
we do right.
Welcome to part 3 of Consumable Resource Training.
You'll stay ahead of the competition with the consumable resource approach to human capital management. One of the key functions of the new Consumable Resource Department will be managing asset levels.
Right-sizing an asset at the correct time will ensure full utilization of an asset before they can become a financial burden.
Layoffs can be expensive when you take into account all of the severance pay.
No!
We have developed the right size through personal improvement plan approach. Well-planned PIPs executed in a timely manner will save you millions in costly severance packages.
Personal improvement plans are easy to execute and hard to argue with. Email has made it easy to keep a paper trail of how the resource failed to meet the requirements of the PIP.
Right-sizing an asset using a PIP just before full retirement will ensure high profits well into the future. Schedule a yearly right size to keep asset numbers at attainable levels and to replace outdated assets.
When replacing an asset, be sure to avoid human capital and the key life cycle events. Extravagant perks like maternity leave should be avoided. If they can't be avoided, offer the asset the luxury of working from home.
We have been able to maintain assets at profitable levels with a yearly right size. PIPs are by far the most effective tool mid-level managers have for renewing outdated assets. I find it is better to be feared than liked.
Arduous advancement requirements has helped many of our clients manage outflow of cash to human capital.
No!
If an asset is good at their job, then keep them in it.
If the asset is promoted to a new position, you need to pay more and train them in that position, taking 6 months before they are proficient. A huge financial drain.
Hire from outside, and you save the cost of training 2 assets by only having to train 1.
Did the asset meet goals and deadlines? With limited growth and limited mobility, there are multiple factors involved when promoting. Before any upward promotion, always choose lateral promotions. Lateral promotions are another win-win. Assets are promoted with minimal cost.
The combination of reaching the pay grade limit and controlling promotions through arduous advancement requirements will keep an asset at a stagnant pay scale for years.
When I discovered the power of using all the consumable resource strategies synergistically, I was amazed at how easy it is in today's economy to limit human capital.
Stakeholders and management wins when your consumable resource department manages asset levels.
We don't do everything, but what we do, we
do
do right.
right.
You can't let the animals run the zoo.
With Part 4 of Consumable Resource Training, we focus on asset conditioning. One of the new responsibilities of the Consumable Resource Department is training managers in asset manipulation and exploitation.
Catchphrases will get those extra hours mid-level managers need from their assets. Where are you on that? And they raise the bar on all of us.
Where are you on the TPS reports?
It's demanding much more time than I thought.
They raised the bar on all of us. It needs to be finished by Monday.
If they don't volunteer to work the weekend, follow with, "Is that all you've accomplished?"
Is that all you have accomplished?
I thought you wanted the other projects finished first.
There are 24 hours in a day.
Notice how effectively the manager used time utilization? More on that in a bit.
If the asset still doesn't give in, use additional phrases. "Looks okay, but you have a long way to go."
Where are you on the TPS reports?
It's demanding much more time than I thought.
Looks okay, but you've got a long way to go. I need it by Monday.
For those who complain about having previous plans or family time, you need to move to the fear factor phrases. Is it finished yet?
Is it finished yet?
It's demanding much more time than I thought.
I need it by Monday.
But I got family plans this weekend.
There are 3 8-hour periods in a day. I need 2.
Notice how effectively the manager combined time squeeze with the catchphrase. Follow with, "Have you actually done anything with it?"
Have you actually done anything with it?
It's okay if I finish it at home.
As long as I get the TPS reports by Monday.
Midweek refreshers can make the Friday squeeze easier. Check in on assets to make sure that what they are doing is work-related and that it is productive. And that doesn't sound productive to me.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Is this work-related?
My son was injured on the playground.
Doesn't sound productive to me.
Combined, progress is slim with work smarter for immediate results.
Where are you on the TPS reports?
It's demanding much more time than I thought.
Progress is slim.
But I have 3 other projects I'm working on.
We all need to work smarter. I need it Monday.
You call this complete?
Is best used in combination with time utilization squeezes like there are 3 8-hour periods in a day, and I need 2.
My favorite is there are 24 hours in a day.
The key to the catchphrase is to use them in combination with the time squeeze.
Catchphrases combined with time squeeze
And a hint of fear,
will lead to win-win productivity.
consumable resources.
We don't do everything, but what we do,
We do right.
After training Video 5, future projects will be ahead of schedule and below budget.
All organizations are under a time crunch to be first out the door or first up with new products and services.
With dynamic project management, you will always be ahead of the competition.
If the estimated time frame for a project is 6 months, with dynamic project management, you will be done in 5.
Scientific research has proven that assets involved in a project can be manipulated to meet aggressive timeframes. If projections show the project should take 6 months, and you give them 6 months, then they finish in 6 months.
If you give them 4 months, they will finish in 5, not 6. An additional 1 month savings that can be used for other projects.
This will also be helpful for mid-level managers during performance reviews. Since assets never meet a deadline, the implementation of a personal improvement plan is much easier. A key catchphrase we say for dynamic project management is under the microscope. It is crucial that this is mentioned during initial project meetings.
Have meetings late in the day or early evening. This gives assets something to think about when they're at home.
Layering projects is the next step in dynamic project management. When you give each asset more than one project at a time, they are never idle.
I manipulate my assets all the time. After taking dynamic project management with the Consumable Resource Training Team, our productivity skyrocketed. I keep them under the microscope by layering projects and accelerating schedules. Every Friday, I have the Where Are We meeting at 6 p.m. If anyone is behind, they make sure they're caught up by Monday.
Aggressive timeframes and layering projects with a dynamic project management approach will push the win-win result between corporate goals and project management.
Consumable resources.
We don't do everything, but what we do,
We do right. The 6th and final training video will guide you from the one-dimensional performance review to the multifaceted 360 performance review.
Restructuring performance reviews to optimize busy managers' time is key in keeping human capital under control.
Gathering constructive feedback from employees about their peers aids in the evaluation process. For every positive, you will require at least 3 constructive feedbacks.
The constructive feedback should be stressed as areas where the asset is lacking and in need of improvement.
Deflect any positives with where they lack. When assets bring up their successes, fractionalize and minimize.
Abject denial is key during a performance review. Compare and contrast the success and hours worked by other employees.
Come up with a personal development plan that is difficult to attain.
Hold the asset to the PDP with personal development goals.
This feedback is from people you work with.
I try to support everyone as much as I can. I find it hard to believe they only have one positive point to say.
Do you feel that your fellow employees are out to get you?
That's not the point. I'm just trying to say that.
See, that's what I was trying to get at in your PIP. You need to learn better communication skills.
My contributions have saved this company more than $10 million. But
Others have given better results.
you said I was a star performer.
I don't remember ever saying that.
I'm not trying to get a big raise or anything like that, but you said I was a star performer 2 weeks ago when I put in over 17 hours over the weekend.
I never said that. Besides, your productivity has faltered.
But I put in over 60 hours a week.
Ganesh puts in 70 to 80. Plus, he gave up 7 days of PTO just to finish a project. Look, I sense your frustration, and that's why I came up with a personal development plan.
You expect me to accomplish all of this in 1 year?
6 months. And we will meet every 2 weeks to discuss your progress and your personal development goals.
Here at Consumable Resources Training, we want all organizations to move to a win-win paradigm.
We don't do everything, but what we do,
We do right. A consumable resource approach to human capital management will position your organization for competitiveness in the coming years, in addition to a positive impact on your current bottom line.
Our training videos will start you on the right track to your transformation.
From development to maximum asset utilization.
From expensive compensation to controlling asset compensation.
Eliminate wide pay grades with top of pay grade.
It's time to stop promoting and manage asset levels.
You need to curtail training and implement arduous advancement requirements.
New leadership requires asset manipulation and exploitation.
Management will quickly grasp the modern way of communicating with catchphrases.
Unproductive rest and relaxation are project killers until you learn the value of time squeeze and vacation utilization.
Time-consuming planning has been outdated with modern dynamic project management.
Performance reviews are one dimension. Time to change to 360 performance reviews.
Here at Consumable Resource Training, we want all organizations to move to a win-win paradigm.
You're going to want to watch these important videos.
Consumable resources. We don't do everything.
But what we do?
We do right.